Would you ever want to be famous? And why or why not?
Not really. I mean, they're to a certain degree, like maybe remembered for something, like known, hopefully for a good thing. In my case, like if I were like a voice actor, or like if I were to bring back like radio drama more into like the forefront and it became more of a like widely known thing, it'd be cool to be known as the person who like brought that back in a big way. But like a as enough of an introvert, I don't really want to be famous. I like my privacy. I like being able to go out and like some people know who I am and other people don't. So, nah, not really.
Tim Burns, father of the modern silent radio drama revival. But
I
why is
like
it
it.
silent if it's on the radio? I don't know why he called it that. He just did.
But you're
He's
talking
the
about it.
father. He can call it whatever he wants.
That's right.
I
My
didn't know.
answer is the exact opposite. I would love to be famous. Um, I mean, you glamorize it now because I'm not someone who's famous, but I feel like it has its perks. I'd like to be able to walk places and people are like, "Hey, there's that person that's from that thing." And I'm like,
Quick,
"Yeah,
let's interrupt her family life and take a selfie.
yeah." I mean, there's aspects to it, but there's also, as someone who is constantly living in the paycheck to paycheck life, the idea of being comfortable and
Mm.
not having to worry about any of that, I feel like comes with fame. So I'm like, I'll do it. You
I
can
would
interrupt
say
my family life so if I can afford meals without panicking
mm,
about my bank account.
that's fair. That side of it is definitely appealing.
Hmm.
Just being able to live comfortably and not really have to worry about stuff.
Right.
Um, that side of it's definitely appealing. But
That's why my answer is more I would love to be wealthy
mm,
and have maybe like this much fame.
mm,
But really, that's all I want is like to not have to grind all the time trying to make ends meet. Um,
Hmm.
because there is a kind of fame that happens to you that doesn't come along with money. Like if you think about like Monica Lewinsky, for example,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
super famous, but her professional career was destroyed
Destroyed.
Yeah.
and is only coming back maybe recently in a bigger way. By the way, she's waiting in the chat right now. She'll our special guest,
Nice.
Right.
which would be amazing. By the way, Monica
That would be
Lewinsky,
pretty awesome.
please come on the show. You know, there are people in the improv world who are niche famous. Like every improviser knows who they are, but nobody
Hmm.
outside that world does.
Hmm.
And I'm sure there are equal people like in the anime world. I have no idea who they are because I'm not really into anime.
Hmm.
But
Right.
whatever your specific area of expertise is, everybody knows you. That's the kind of famous I would like to be.
That's kind of for me, like with like if I were a professional voice actor, like that would be like the side I would want. There's a certain amount of like in like the video game industry and other places, a lot of them started off doing actual like anime, doing the voice acting for anime. So like a lot of the folks on Critical Role, for instance,
Hmm.
started with like Funimation in Texas, doing the dubs, and then kind of graduated from that into bigger stuff. Um,
Lauren, have you ever wanted to do voiceover work? Have you ever done anything like that?
I don't think I have the ability to do more than just like a phrase here or there because I know it requires you to be able to, maintain a character for more than just like a quick phrase. And I don't think I could do that. Plus, I would laugh too much at myself, I think. So it'd be really unprofessional because they're like, okay, you have to finish the line. I'm talking about my mom's dead. And I'm like, it's funny. Like, I don't think I could maintain that. Um, I think I'd want to be more of like a you see my face doing the acting rather than my voice because
mm,
I don't know. Not that my face is anything to, shake a stick at, but I feel like I'd be better at that um than trying to turn my voice into something. And I've heard even from like famous people who I've talked to in person, both and on podcasts, they say even they have a hard time getting into different voice acting gigs because
mm.
it is just such a like You have to know somebody and to know somebody, and sometimes it works out and other times it doesn't. So it's just kind of
Yeah.
weird to hear.
Well, and even there's still like you look at like H. John Benjamin, and like he pretty much uses just his regular voice for a lot of stuff that he does. I mean, maybe slight variations in Bob's Burgers, but you can tell it's him. So
Hmm.
Yeah, he's him. He's one of the rare fortunate folks who has
hmm
that distinctive voice, and people are like, "Yeah, that's the voice I want."
I want to hear that
hmm
more. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I want to hear it more too. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, I love H. John Benjamin. I I mean, I've rarely seen him actually like in a show like live action. Although he was in an early episode of Parks and Rec
Yes, he
as
was.
a
Oh
lawyer.
yeah.
hmm
Also, he is a Star Trek actor. He was in one of the short treks. So,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he was in the wasn't that the Trouble one?
yeah, he played Edward Larkin.
I forgot about that. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I love it so much yet.
That's the kind of famous I would like to be, is Star Trek famous person.
Mm, true, true.
I would give up every ounce of privacy I had. It's fine.
I think that fits your definition though, like a niche group of people. Because I'm over here like, yeah, cool. I know Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, I don't know Star Trek at all. So
Well, I mean, for you, it'd be like Harry Potter, probably.
yeah, yeah. Which the actors and the series, not the person who created it, because
Right,
boo,
right. Yeah. No,
trash.
she's a
So
nightmare.
we just remove
that's
her
Um,
from it, and then we're good.
that's such
mhm.
a difficult line to walk these days, is
It
figuring
is.
like what can I participate in that will not further pad her pocket?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, I really would love to watch the new series that they're creating, but if it's giving her money, I'm like, man, I don't want to give
Like
her
now I
money.
have to wait till she dies.
Yeah, like, come on. And she's kind of young, so might be a
Yeah.
while.
What about you, Lauren? What are you watching these days that I don't know, you can be an actor in, be famous for it?
Severance.
Yeah.
That show
I
is,
mm,
have you guys seen it?
I just finished season 2 like a couple weeks ago.
I'm like 6 episodes in, I think.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so good.
It's a
It's,
pretty brilliantly written show.
yeah.
Um,
My friend introduced me to it, and I was a huge fan of Lost when that was on back in like the early
mm,
mid 2000s. And she was like, "It's kind of like that because you don't know what's going on all the time, and there's clues that are like, should I remember this?" And then, but it's slightly different, and it's been so cool to watch.
mhm,
Yeah, I would love to be on that one. That would be way fun. Be like a Helly type character where my innie is just like a badass, but
mhm.
my outie is like the worst person ever.
Yeah, pretty much. The it's not really much of a spoil. Like just the opening sequence for the open of season 2 is pretty like it's incredible to watch.
Yeah,
Like I think it took what I heard like 5 months just to shoot that because of all like the how much they're moving and stuff. It's pretty incredible.
wild.
Your outie is in major legal trouble.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
brilliant show.
So good. I finished the first season and I was literally like screaming on my couch at the TV, and I haven't done that in so long.
Mm,
So yeah, I would say that's my biggest. I don't think there's anything else really other than like reruns of things that I've seen 100 times that I'm super into because I like to keep some in my back pocket that are my comfort shows and then try new
hmm
things. So
Yeah.
What comfort shows you want? Are you sometimes you don't watch them, sometimes you just have them on, but
have them on.
what are those shows for you?
Parks and Rec and The Office
Yeah.
are my main two. I kind of cycle between those. Oh, and One Tree Hill is another one, but that
Not
was
familiar with that one.
it's like a CW drama show from like literally like 2005.
Hmm.
So, it has Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very teenage drama. Like it's set in North Carolina, and there's Chad Michael Murray's character has a brother, like he's a bastard child to this basketball coach, and they're both really good at basketball, and it's about them like coming together as brothers, and then they're all everybody loves each other, and it's corny, but it's
Hmm.
comfort because it's like I remember being in high school then. So,
You know, when it comes to The Office, that's a
mhm.
show I've seen so many times.
Mhm.
Um, I recently found on Peacock. I somehow I missed this. I found the Superfan episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching those next. I'm finishing
Um,
Parks and Rec, and then I'm gonna do Superfan because I
yeah,
watch The Office like twice a year. I've heard they're really cool.
the Superfan episodes for folks like us who have seen them so many times. It's so great because you're watching these shows, you know what to expect, and then wait a minute, here's a cut scene that is brand new and brilliant and actually ties into other things, and you're like, it's like getting new episodes of The Office, and that's so welcome after having seen it so many times.
Yeah,
So these
that's
are like
exciting.
these are like cut like full episodes with just like different takes, or
They go back and they add in stuff that they had to cut for
They
whatever
cut
reason.
for timing or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, like, some of these episodes, which were originally 23 minutes, some of them are
Uh-huh.
like 45 minutes now. And you're like,
Oh, wow.
this
That's
is
so cool.
amazing.
I
That's
love
cool.
it.
I dig that. It took me, The Office is one that took me a while to get into. I tried probably 2 or 3 times over the years before I finally like was able to dive into it. Mostly because that first season is
Oof, you gotta push through season one. You really just gotta go like this and just
yeah.
watch it.
And
They had
part
to
of it is
calm
also
down
like,
and get some of that David Brent out of Michael Scott.
Yeah,
Let Michael Scott become
let
his
him be
own
himself.
kind of cringy
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Well, part of it too is like a lot of the humor I feel like is cringy across the show, which is why I like Parks and I gravitate towards Parks and Rec more because there's less of that with exception of Jerry, like
Oh,
everything for Jerry is at his expense, but they kind of make up for that.
yeah.
By giving him an awesome life and like all these other things. So like I gravitate more towards that one, but like as far as like comfort shows, Parks and Rec is definitely one of those. MASH is a big one for me. I grew up watching that, so I've seen all 11 seasons of that numerous times. She took a picture of mine and put it through a filter for me as a clown, and it's somewhat horrifying.
Tim, are you trying to tell me that somebody used AI for evil purposes?
That is exactly what I'm saying. It never happens.
Do
Except
you
for the time.
use AI at all?
Not a whole lot, other than like occasionally for like nonsense stuff. There is some filters that are within the system, within DaVinci that I use for editing. There's like a noise reduction kind of a thing. Like it's called vocal isolation. So it does a pretty decent job of cutting out like a lot of background noise.
Auto tune.
Kinda. So it can be really handy when that happens, or to use that for sure.
Lauren, what do you use AI for?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
No. I've never purposely ever used it.
But
I
when the
mean,
robots take over, they won't know who you are.
exactly.
They'll be like, file not found,
You're like, who is this person? I've
destroyed.
never. Yeah. My line of work doesn't require it, so it'd be weird if I like AI'd an IEP type of thing.
I do actually use it. Like I use ChatGPT a few times a week to be like, okay, I have this great big email I need to send.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure that it has the right tone because it says some fairly serious things in it. Or like, okay, here is a grant application. What am I forgetting about? So it's quite, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's really useful. I love it.
I have used it on occasion.
Your clown things are terrifying, aren't they?
I said I've never looked better. It reminds me a little bit of Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Scary.
Yeah, scary.
Scary. Just straight scary.
That is one of the most genuinely creepy moments when like the eyes like actually like make themselves known and he has that high squeaky voice.
That was a kid's movie.
That was for children. We're fine.
Nothing says kids movie like over sexual female bombshell and cartoon murder.
Yeah.
That's my entire childhood.
Yeah. We're all fine now for sure.
None of us ever needing therapy.
Yeah, therapy. No.